Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we are back in Razatan with Varshan and see if Stoller figured something out with regarding bringing light into the 13th. Seeking the light. Ah, Desiree, I was about to call for you. There have been developments concerning the Void Gate that I would discuss with everyone. Coincidentally, I'm told Stoller will be returning shortly. I dare to hope she has made some progress in devising a means to harness the first light. Come, let's await the others in my chambers. My apologies for the delay. Think nothing of it. I pray thou art come with glad tidings. With findings well worth many sleepless nights, I'm pleased to report. You may leave it there. Thank you. Eager though I am to hear the details, I must first share tidings of my own. Grave ones. Urianger has sent word of a void gate in Mare Lamentorum. The situation is precarious. They continue to rely upon the brands to contain the forces which would otherwise flow freely into the source. Yet though these measures were sufficient to imprison a fragment of Zodiac for eons, against our enemies' determined onslaught, they are degrading at an unsettling rate. The Lopoids are sparing no effort to sustain the brands, but 'tis only a matter of time ere they fail. Unless we act soon, there shall be no stopping Golbeth from realizing his ambition. That Zeromus should so test the seal, even when not at full strength. 'Tis every bit as terrible as we feared. Aye. We must needs vanquish it, to which end we require a means to pierce its dark shroud. So, did you find it? A way to bring resplendent light to bear against our foe? As a matter of fact, I have. The theory was simple. We harness light from the first and channel it to the 13th. Such a feat would require us to manipulate vast amounts of energy, to say the least. Pulse? So I consulted Sid and his fellows, who rose to the challenge and produced bespoke devices. Aether transmitters. These marvelous contraptions can be placed at locations of our choosing to facilitate the flow of aether. In other words, we can use them to create ethereal currents. But such a thing should be possible. We shall first direct Eva from Nabavarang, where the flat of light was halted, into the crystal tower. We know all from personal experience the wonders of which it is capable, wonders which suit our needs perfectly. I should mention that the structure in the Azim Step, which the Allagans built to redirect Eva, was also a source of inspiration. Once we have infused the crystal tower with sufficient ether, we shall send it to the rift. And the ether transmitters shall guide the energy unto the 13th, like so. In this way, we shall have a lance of light with which to pierce the shield of darkness. As the counter to Lahaboya's hammer of darkness smashing our shield of light in the Praetorium, or yeah, in the Praetorium. Or so I hope. No tests we perform were close to the scale of what we ultimately seek to achieve. I cannot guarantee success. Would hardly be the first time we played it by ear. True enough, but that's not a point of pride for me personally. Science and theory aside, we need to place one or more of these transmitters in the first, I take it. A task we must entrust to you, Desiree. Rest assured I will provide you with what support I can. Okay, no one else can do it. I wish to go as well. This world that you brought back from the brink, I would see it with my own eyes. But how dost thou intend to make the journey? In a spirit vessel. That's how you and yours managed it, yes? Void sense summoning also sees the soul separated from flesh. This separation I can do at will. The principles are similar enough. If you aren't averse to traveling with company, I should be glad to lend Zero my vessel. When it's settled, I shall finish preparing the transmitters and then help Zero transfer her soul. Pray see to your own preparations, then let us reconvene at Negaduta. Bye. For a moment I misunderstood and thought Stoller was proposing that Zero borrow her body, which would have been odd. Your Stoller will be along after she has seen to Zero's soul. Let us await her here. Apologies for the wait. Everything went smoothly. Zero's soul is now safely within the spirit vessel. I shall have the alchemist attend to her body until she returns. The vessel I place in your care, along with the transmitters and a set of garments for Zero. I've also included instructions on how to operate the crystal tower, courtesy of Grahatia. While you're away, I'll join Uriange and Velopolis on the moon. They need help should the brands fail. A fine idea. For my part, I shall continue to coordinate our efforts while I recover from my wounds. Given the task at hand, I suggest you speak with Reen. With her power over light, she's bound to be helpful in our efforts. But ere you do that, or aught else, seek out Beg Luke. As the first foremost authority on soulcraft, they should be able to grant Zero a corporeal form. As I recall, the old Numu was rather fond of a cabinet of curiosity, so that should be your first stop. And that's all from me. Go forth, Warrior of Darkness, and make a triumphant return to the first. She would so love to come along, but she can't. Okay, then to the first, to Northrend and the Crystarium. To the Cabinet of Curiosity. And back look. Is that you, Desiree? What brings you back across the rift? Trouble. And a favor. Honestly, first you ask me to extract another soul from a spirit vessel? And then you tell me you have designs to channel light into the void? Quick and white, Desiree. Is nothing ever simple with you? I suppose some people can't help but find themselves at the center of world-changing events. Very well. If your home is in peril, then I shall do all in my power to aid you, and if it helps you and Ukalai with his work, all the better. While I tend to your companion, you should go and speak with Reen. By all accounts, she practically lives in Mortorium these days. I will look for you there once I've finished. That's luckily not far. Down there.
Restoring the elements to the empty may allow life to flourish there once more. But that isn't enough to return the environment to the way it was. No, we need to gradually reintroduce life, beginning with plants. Not just any plants, though. but those that won't be a burden on a weakened land. Such as...
Really? Coffee? I don't know, would that actually be good? I was thinking more a bit smaller, like, I don't know, grass? So working yourself up from grass to flowers to bushes, you know? So long as you don't start harvesting like crazy in the area, it shouldn't be that much of a problem if you're careful. But coffee? I don't know, a tree? You've become quite the scholar.
Oh, what a welcome surprise! It seems you caught me rambling to myself. How embarrassing. I've been studying botany, you see. Hoping that the knowledge would help our work in the empty. But never mind that for now. What brings you to the Crystarium? It was my understanding that the final days were behind us.
New trouble.
You wish to combat this otherworldly threat with the power of light? Please, let me help. Though I've lost my connection to Hydaelyn, I can still manipulate light to a degree. If there is a chance I could save others with that power, then I have to try.
Gladly. Well, bad luck on Zero.
'Tis done. Zero is now with us in the flesh.
Or something similar.
The spirit vessel I shall hold on to for operating the tower.
Here's your instruction manual.
This will help me to make sense of the controls, will it? There's a levity in his words that wasn't there before. It heartens me to know he is well. I shall see to the preparations as per his instructions.
My thanks for your help.
Think nothing of it. That said, 'tis customary that my kind receive fitting payment for services rendered.
Not unlike we Void sent then. In that case, you may devour some of my ether.
Are you mad? I'll do no such thing. The very suggestion is absurd.
Now, let's calm down. We all have our preferences, and I'm sure no offense was intended.
No, but that is how Zero's people trade, so she doesn't know any better.
I shall attend to the tower now. The rest, I leave to you.
Zero, was it? My name is Reen. It's a pleasure to meet you.
This world isn't what I expected. While light is indeed strong here, it's not pervasive or overwhelming. Everything looks much as it does in the source.
We have the Warrior of Darkness to thank for that. If you're interested, I would be glad to show you around.
Imposing?
Just an ordinary sky. Ordinary and beautiful.
That too. But the camera zoomed along the crystal tower, so...
To think that after so much loss, they could reclaim this.
Growing light. We restored peace to the world. I want to ensure that peace is preserved. That's why I'm learning everything I can. I've heard something of her deeds here, of how the Warrior of Darkness fought on, despite light ravaging her very being. Had I the self-same strength of spirit? Perhaps I could have done more for my world. No, it's not over yet. The 13th isn't beyond saving. That's why we're here. So where to? Just lead the way. I see they use F-words here as well. But whether I'd be able to, having not attuned to any. I trust you're willing to walk with me? Appealing to the masses. Let's head to Malabatha. Since Zero can't teleport to the F right there, we should probably travel by Amora. Ah, there you are. Thank goodness I'm not too late. Lena, I take it back Luck told you why she's here? More or less. Greetings and welcome. I'm Lena, captain of a guard here at the Crystarium. Zero. Is there something you require? When I learned of your plan to gather light at the Crystal Tower, I felt compelled to warn you of the potential repercussions. I know well that you would never use the tower for ill, nor without due caution, even so. I believe I understand. Ever since the flood, light has been a source of pain and misery. Some feel it still, no doubt. Which is to say that some would be uncomfortable at the sight of it wielded as we intend. That is your concern, is it not? Precisely. It was light that nearly consumed our world. To use the crystal tower to harness its destructive force risked turning the tower into an object of fear. You may convince the Crystarium of the necessity of your cause, but it will not be so easy to win over those outside our walls. I worry this will undermine the fragile trust we have only just begun to build with some communities. They may misunderstand your intentions. Tell me who they are and what misunderstandings we may have. I shall allay their concerns. Desiree and I will go with her. People know us. Our presence will put them at ease. Thank you. I realize this will delay the execution of your plans, but I see no other way. As for where to begin, I dare say Yulmore would be as good a place as any. Though ours is an amicable relationship now, we were at odds for long years. Yulmore was once ruled by a tyrant who wielded the power of light. Though he promised salvation, in truth he made slaves of his subjects, and sought to destroy any who defied him. He's gone now, thankfully, and a good man named Chinas was elected mayor. Relations between our cities have improved much since then. Even so, there's a lingering rivalry between us. If the Crystarium were to harness light without warning, some humans might suspect we have ulterior motives. Thus would it be prudent to give them prior notice. If you explain that you seek to save a warrior of darkness's home, though I should hope they would give you their blessing. Once again, yours is a name that commands respect and trust in the domain of your former enemies, as it does in Garlemald. And Zero's experiences in Garlemald also taught her why Lena was worried here. It was that example Maxima put there back when we first visited Garlemald, of a flame that could warm you, but you might be scared when all you know is how it burns. And this is the same that is happening here. Where else should we visit? After Yulmore, I would suggest the Raktika Greatwood. There you will find the Knights Blessed, a small collective which worships darkness, as well as the V's, guardians of the secrets of ancient Ranka. The V's are insular and will likely not object unless the light encroaches upon their territory. The Knights Blessed, on the other hand, would greatly benefit from your assurances that your actions will not adversely affect their lives. People who worship darkness. Fitting for a world all but consumed by light. Very well. We will treat with the people of Yulmore and the Knights Blessed. Here, take these whisper reeds. I will let you know when all is in readiness with the tower. Right then, I should tend to my own tasks. Explaining the situation to the people of the Crystarium and arranging for your transmitters to be placed here and in above Orang. We're truly grateful. Thank you, Lena. Come, let's head to Yulmore. Hopefully Chinas will know how best to present our plans to everyone. Good. Look, to the giant Rentner here too. Do you have fear of him? We should be able to get some good advice. This is a great and powerful leader of Yulmore. He must be possessed of subtle qualities that make him uniquely suited to the position. Desiree! Reen! Oh, what wonderful surprise this is! You've even brought a new friend! Greetings, Warrior of Darkness. If you've come out of concern for our esteemed mayor, fear not. He wants the city well and as ever prefers to work closely with the people. The better to hear their voice. Good gods, if it isn't Desiree! To what do we owe the pleasure? Not another world-ending threat. Surely not. Surely not? It's a sensitive matter about which we thought it best to consult the city's esteemed mayor. I doubt I'd ever describe myself as such, but anyway, I can tell you're up to something. The kind of something I want nothing to do with, but regardless, I should probably know. What is it? Gathering light with a crystal tower, you say? I would be lying if I said that doesn't bring back unpleasant memories, and I believe I speak for most Yulmorans. We can hardly blame you. We have no reason to question your motives, of course, neither yours nor those of the Crystarium's leadership. A world engulfed in darkness, its corrupted inhabitants attempting to invade your own. It's rather a lot to process, but the desire to save one's home is something anyone can understand. I'm touched that you show such concern for our feelings despite the gravity of your plight. Very well, you have my support. As if there was ever any doubt. Right, let's give the people at once. An explanation from you ought to ensure everyone understands. Not so fast, dearest. If I were to reveal everything at this juncture, many would be deeply unsettled, regardless of any assurances I offered. No, we need to first set the stage. Spread word of a Warrior of Darkness's plight, that she's on a mission to save her world, as she once did ours. Once the tale is common knowledge, I should call an assembly to explain the need to harness the power of light to a populace far more amenable to the idea. To that end, might I trouble you to speak with our citizens about your predicament? It would be more effective to hear the details from the hero herself, more likely to inspire solidarity for your cause. So we appeal to the desire to aid the Warrior of Darkness to present light in a more positive light. Well played, Master Shai. If it's best that you do the talking, then I'll come with you. Fine by me. I'm content to observe. Once you have finished your rounds, I ask that you report to me. I should like to know how the people react. Lead the way, Desiree. We'll be right behind you. I'm acutely aware of my limitations and know that I'm not the most persuasive speaker, thank you. We should do our utmost to make the people more receptive before I address them. So Zero can travel here freely like you? Well, that Alfino could do the same. I miss him dearly. The people of Yulmore have tremendous faith in both you and Master Shai. They would not still be here otherwise, myself included. While Lena and Master Chai couldn't be more different, they're both mindful of how their actions affect others. They're both good leaders, and there is much I hope to learn from them. From that conversation alone, I could see how much the people here trust you. Thanks to Euless and Thancred, I've grown better at recognizing it. What, you met Thancred too? I mean, right, of course you have. I don't know why I said that. Right, let's find some citizens to speak with. I suggest we start here in the canopy before heading down to the understory and then the derelicts. Zero and Wien are now accompanying you. Although Crystarium is my home now, I still visit Yuma on occasion, together with Gaia. And each time I'm here, I feel like the city has changed. The mood is brighter and the people happier. We can't allow all of that hard-won progress to be undone. Let's do our best to reassure everyone. A tower growing more decadent as it rises, set upon an isolated sliver of land. Reminiscent of a void-sent domain. Built by those who yearned for better times, who ached for the shadow of a memory. Yet there's so no such desperation in the Crystarium. Despite their shared tragedy, the two cities couldn't feel more different. The Honeybee Inn? A tavern, and an extravagant one at that. It was dancers engaged with the poles in such strange ways. Are they pantomiming a battle? A soldier thrusting their spear into the ground and using it to launch themselves at an enemy, perhaps? Given this world's violent history, it makes sense a display of martial prowess would become popular entertainment. Referencing an old dragoon ability that is no longer there? That was called by players pole dancing. Thancred once told me that people come to this place to savor some memories and drown the others. I imagine a beehive was built primarily to help humans forget about sin eaters, even if only for a time. But now they can simply enjoy themselves. I can see the appeal, but don't worry, I know I'm still a bit too young for it. I used to live for the moment, not caring what might happen on the morrow. But now that we have peace, I find myself thinking about the future and feeling anxious. What, your home is threatened with destruction? Wicked White, why are you wasting your time in the drinking hole? But as I said, I feel the sting of hypocrisy. Gods, I need to take control of my life. I need to face my troubles head on, and the same goes for you. Well now, the Warrior of Darkness and the Oracle of Light both. Or maybe of service. Your enemies plot to invade your world. Bring out tales of sin eaters ravaging countless villages, your plight feels all too familiar. Come what may, I urge you to remain strong. You overcame the Light Wardens, you can overcome any adversity. For what it's worth, I'm sure everyone here would be willing to help in whatever way we can. You're the Warrior of Darkness. I never dreamt I'd have the honor, but why are you in Yuma, if I may ask? Your home is in danger, you've come seeking help. If there's anything we can do for you, you need only ask. Things could be better here, of course, and we've got a long road ahead of us, but we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you and yours, and we'll never forget that. The thing were cleaning up the debris. For a moment I thought it might be a void scent. In case you don't know, it isn't uncommon for our kind to use statues as vessels. But I see now that it's more akin to the mechanical soldiers used by the Guardians. They come in all shapes and sizes, don't they? When Warfrey tried to keep us out of the city, many free citizens died in the chaos. Some had no kin to inherit their wealth, and so Yuma decided to use it to help fund the reconstruction of the derelicts. It's part of a greater effort to improve the living conditions down here, which is important since there's simply not enough room for everyone in the city proper. Oh yeah, where is the... What was her name? Vitalos. The people know and respect you, Desiree. I have no doubt that everyone will be rally around you in your hour of need. Spoken with the people, have you? They're not without their worries. I'd like to think, on the whole, they're not as prone to melancholy as they once were. So, the people are of one mind and a desire to help. Good, good. Why, just earlier I overheard a conversation about how the Warrior of Darkness is seeking to save their home. The tale is spreading quickly. And the plan is unfolded precisely as you envisioned. All that remains then is to assemble the citizens and explain Desiree's need to gather light. For better or worse, I'm mayor of the city, and I do my best to win them over. Wait, aren't you? Yes, you're her, the young lady who saved me from Warfrey. I'd eaten enough mule to fall under his control, but you cured me. Wouldn't be alive today if not for you. Oh, I remember you too. Glad to see you're doing well. I only learned later that it was the Oracle of Light herself who saved me. Saved all of us. Didn't know if I'd ever get the chance to express my gratitude. I'm sure it was nothing for someone with your power, but thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. What is mule? Food made from the light-tainted flesh of Sin-Eat, as you say. I see. The more they ate, the more the light's corruption spread. Right, and because of that they became susceptible to Warfrey's commands, as he could make the Sin-Eaters do his bidding. Thankfully, I was able to suppress the light's influence and free everyone from his control. There seems to be no lingering effects. You say that as if it were some small feat. I've seen countless souls corrupted by darkness. Some with the power to heal them would be regarded as a great figure, and never know peace. My gift has been a burden. Many have suffered for it, died for it. There were times when I wished I didn't have it, when I wanted to run away from everyone and everything. But I had friends to encourage and guide me, to help me learn not to just embrace my gift, but to take charge of my life, to change my fate. And so you did just that. The people of this world are resilient indeed. My thanks again for your consideration, Desiree. The rest you may leave to us. When I tended to the people after Warfrey fled, wasn't sure how much of a difference it would make. It's a relief to see so many that I treated alive and well. We appreciate the Crystarium's concern for the welfare of our people. May we continue to strengthen the ties between our two cities. Briefly it was wonderful to see you, to visit again soon, hopefully when the fate of a world isn't weighing on your mind. But a half-voidsent like me managed to escape the flood of darkness. For all these years I never stopped to wonder why. To wonder if I had a greater part to play. Well, perhaps it's time I took charge and considered what I might be able to do for others. The answer is here in the first, and I will find it. If we have no further business here, let's move on. Where to next? Sliverbow, the home of the knights blessed in the Raktika Greatwood. We'll explain the situation to their leader, Runa. God, there is no easy way to this... to the Raktika Greatwood. Not too far, not to Sliverbow. Except for teleporting. With Zero traveling, we would probably return to the Crystalum and take a ride from there. I've not visited here in some time, but as much as I remember, which is good. Little wonder those who wear darkness would gather here. Yet dark as what it may seem, it's a blazing torch next to the void. Desiree, you're a sight for sore eyes, my friend. Will you be staying long in Sliverbow? Though having said that, I suspect this isn't just a social call. A great plan is in motion, and the Knight's Blessed deserve to know. Huh. When you put it that way, very well. On behalf of my people, I would hear what you have to say. What? Your world? Master Matoya's world is in grave danger? Master Matoya. Y'shtola. She took another name in accordance with custom when she lived among the Knights Blessed. They believe light taints everything it touches, even their true names. Out of respect, don't speak hers here. You are Zero, yes? One come from a world consumed by darkness. I struggle to conceive of such a place. A pitch-black pall shrouds the sky, which neither the light nor the sun nor the stars can pierce. It is the opposite of what you once knew here in Northrend. That being the case, I'm sure you can relate to our situation. All too well. You have my deepest sympathies. In order to beat back the darkness in your world, you would harness the light from ours? Yes. Tis a simple yet brilliant idea. Only Master Matoya could have conceived of such. That no one is still in our thoughts. But we are still... So, you're not opposed to our plan? We Knights Blessed may place our faith in the dark, but we have never sought to force our beliefs upon others. If your deliverance lies in light, then by all means avail yourself of it. I'm surprised. From what I was told of your people, I was certain you would disapprove of our methods. Do not mistake our reverence for darkness as a desire for it to be ascendant. Rather, in darkness there's a peace that we seek to make our own through prayer and self-reflection. And while light may have wrought suffering in our world, anything in excess can be harmful. Even darkness, as you and yours know all too well. It's the wielder who is righteous or evil, not the weapon. If you would wield light for a noble cause, then who are we to deny you? An easy thing for me to say now that night has been restored to our world, perhaps. Nevertheless. I wish you the best in your fight, Zero. May light shine your way in the darkness. Now then, to mark this joyous occasion, I must offer you a proper welcome in Sliverbow. You might find this interesting, Zero. If you say so. Right, let us begin with a customary greeting. Desiree, I trust you remember how to announce yourself as a friend of the Blessed. I hope the game does remember. Because it's been a while. Move a chat mode and say, enter Alin Tutar to offer Runa a traditional greeting. Our first visit here was nerve-wracking but exciting, and I forget how the villagers warmed to me when I spoke the words. This is a watchword, I take it. Alin Tutar. Friends old and new, I bid you welcome to Silverbow. Alin Tutar. What does it mean? In the language of Wonka, it's one of several ways one might say good evening. This greeting allows us to quickly discern friend from foe. A simple expression, but in a world bereft of night, the words held deep meaning. They were a reminder of a world as it was, with the sun and moon and the stars yet danced across the sky. We wished one another well, as the day gave way to night. A communal tradition, so the words served to bind us. Indeed, we are no longer strangers, you and I. Next we shall have you cleansed of light's impurities. Present yourself to David in yonder room. He'll be glad to assist you. No sooner had I greeted with David when he poured a pot of water over me. I wasn't expecting a literal cleansing. It's nice to get a new friend with the same experiences, isn't it? There you are. Your friend has been cleansed. How do you feel? Wet, but otherwise no different. Would have been surprised if you'd said otherwise. Even so, it is customary to cleanse ourselves of light with water blessed by our priests. But you have darkness again, do you not? Why continue the custom? Why, for the same reason it was conceived, to pray for the safety of friends and visitors alike, as we pray for yours this eve. Safe travels, friend, and may blessed shadow keep you. Right. If that's all, let's return to Runa and see if there's any other customs I must observe. Come this way. The memories of those I've met and the bonds we forged will always be a part of me. She may find these moments strange now, but one day she'll look back to them fondly. How does Zero like our welcoming customs, I wonder? I've undertaken the ritual. And while I can't explain it, I feel more confident than I did before. Just a touch. I'm glad to hear it. With a warrior of darkness at your side, I have no doubt that you will save your two worlds. If you can defeat Zeromus, then I, the source, will be safe. But nothing would change for my world. It would just be one less void to struggle over scraps with the rest. Is that so? Forgive me, I spoke out of turn. It's fine, I was under no illusion. I wish it were different, of course. Desiree, can you hear me? Have you met with the people of Yulma and Raktika? We've just finished. Excellent. Then we may proceed to the next phase of the plan without worry. Beck Lucas informed me the tower is ready, so make for an Abatha Rang at your leisure. Will do. I've arranged for you to rendezvous with Kazat en route as well. Not only can he take you to the side of the flood, but we'll also know where best to place the transmitters, given his familiarity with the route between the Crystarium and Amarang. You will be entwined on business shortly, so I've asked him to wait for you there. It's all coming together. To twine then. Zero's pessimism notwithstanding, we'll pray for her world. Take care, my friend, and tell Master Matoi that she's ever in our hearts.